Right, here we are today, the third round of the Areo Speedy's Lindholme Bomber Feeder League on a Tuesday, and one of our favourite events of the year. Me and Emma really look forward to this. We're both doing alright. I think I'm third. I've had a 41 and 105, so I've got 146. I think I'm third at the moment. JK's got 160, I think it's 150, so we're up there anyway, so long way to go. There's 13 matches, and it's best 8 to count, so I haven't even started throwing them away yet, so long way to go. And I'm on Benny's again, would you believe? A peg I've not been on before, so I can explain what goes off here. But first, as you know, last week I went expert one to Emma, and she smashed us all up, and that's where she is today. Look behind us, she's in the back arm. If you remember last week on Saturday, I was there, 51, where that point is there. That's 51 there. There, can you see it? Where are we? Can't do it on that point. And our first peg was the side there. So I've come up the arm, what we call up the arm now. Emma's there, she's got all this bay to herself. Now, what happens in the winter, all the fish move out of here into the main bay. But there's still been a few fish there, and the fact she's got it to herself, I think she'll get a counter today, which we count £50. If you get £50, you'll be counting it at end of series, and got a great chance, I think, on her own. Seen a couple of fish top, so she's got a chance to get a counter, and she's up there as well, which she always is in this league. And this is peg 21. Oh, I can't see power, it's on front. It's for fish to find, not us. And 23 is on point, which is a great peg. It's a long time, I've only ever drawn it once, that one. So if you're on them points, you've got middle at lake, you've got control at middle at lake, and when the fish move in the middle, we can't get after me, because I'm up the arm. Look, as you can see, you walk up here, and it's 21 now. What happens on this peg? It's quite an interesting peg, this. I quite fancy it today. Not to win match, but I think I'll get me £50 and get a counter. That's what I'm trying to do. I don't think I can win match from here, unless something goes, crazy, which I've seen a carp top and I've seen an F1 top, so I know there's a few fish here. But what happens on this one is this normally, as it gets colder, that starts 23 and they catch them there in the middle, and then the last 2 hours, this is the move here. The move into this peg, and because you've got a lot of room, you usually catch them for the last couple of hours, so I'm expecting a slow start, and then hopefully the last 2 hours. I said that other day and had a good start, so but normally this is what happens. And I've got chance for a carp or two as well here. In this peg, they live in that corner sometimes, and sometimes a chuck down there gets you a carp. So bait pretty straightforward. Look, I've got me pellets soaked overnight in sensate. If you've seen my video, you know what I do now. Corn with sensate, look, floating neon bread. Guru bread there, you see. Got my guru bread, and I've got my 6 and my 4s. And my plan is today, what I'm going to do, I'll get on my box and show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to feed 2 lines for bomb. I'm going to go at 1 o'clock with pellets, and I'm going to go at 10 to down there with corn. Because this is the first time I felt bread and corn are going to come into it. So there's my 2 lines I'm going to loose feed. Corn there, pellets there, see what happens. And I'm going to fish a little hybrid. I'm going to aim towards peg 10 there, about 25 to 30 yard out. And I'm going to fish a little hybrid, but my first 2 chucks are going to be on bread. Because I think we're moving into that time now. I think we move into the bread and corn time. Water's gone, it's gone clearer from other day. You can see it. Look, you can see it shelf. You couldn't see it 2 weeks ago. The moment it goes clearer, you're talking start off on bread, then go to my floating neons, have a couple of chucks and see what happens. Because if they're off the bottom, if they're balled up off the bottom, you need either bread or a floating neon on. And I don't know if you can see them. There's fish moving out there because it's flat. You can see them. On Saturday when I was on 51, I never saw a fish top all day until last hour. We saw 1 fish top. And I've seen 5 or 6 already. Now, whether that's because there's no wind on, I'm not quite sure. But all I know is that there's definitely a few fish. When I was walking round there, when I got up to peg 16, a big carp come up here, about 10 metres out. And I've seen another one since, so it might be the same fish, but it don't matter, it's a good sign, isn't it? Always looking for signs, always looking for bubbles and things like that, and to see what happens, especially in winter. It's massive in winter. You're looking for the fish, location of fish. is really, really important. And now it's starting to get a bit cooler, a bit colder, and I think the fishing will change. So if the fishing is going to change, we've got to change with it, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to fish corn there, I'm going to fish pellets there. I'm not going to feed a lot to start with, and then I'm going to fish straight down middle there, not middle, probably 25-30 head out, because peg 16's in. We don't want to be chucking it same spot. We want his own space, and I'm not expecting a fast start, but I think at end I'll have some fish in front of me, and I'll be able to keep an eye on number one daughter. Look at that chicken putting brolly up. What you reckon to that? I don't know. So anyway, we'll have to wait. So we'll let you know how we've both gone on, and hopefully it'll be good news and a Chinese at end. Well, that didn't go to plan. I've had 17 F1s, 40 something pound. It's ridiculous. The amount of fish that I've seen move is stupid. See if you can see any top. Also seen 200 fish top all over the lake. Just couldn't catch them all fish with one day, look. And I fished it wrong, I think. Look, one day, look. Look, one day. Honestly, I can't believe how many fish I've seen top. All of us, we've all been complaining couldn't catch out because a lot of fish are shallow. Because it's probably flat calm. And after an hour I only got one. And I've just tried to keep a few fish coming, and I just couldn't. And one day, look, honestly, it's been like that all day. And I've caught, I had 12 with 2 hours to go, and I thought, oh, I'll get me 20, 22. And one day, look, and the last 2 hours I've only had 5. Just couldn't get any bites. I finished up having to come up bomb to try and get them a bit quicker. Look, one day, honestly, it's been like that all day. But the good news is for the Pickering family. Is behind me. She's had 31. She had 31 there in that back bay which nobody wanted. And let's find out how she's caught them. Oh, she had 31. She's going to have what you got, 31?
Yeah, 31 of one.
31, so that'll be 60, that'll be £80 that's a rate weight from you. Go on, tell me how you caught them.
Well, first hour and a half it sort of went really well.
Yeah.
I've sort of fished 20 metres, just chucking a little line.
What, just in front of you?
Yeah, straight in front of me. Basically where that big bird is there.
Right.
And I've just caught really nicely for the first hour and a half. I bet I've had 10 or 11.
Oh no, after an hour I had got 1 and you got 8.
And then I've kept pinging some pellets to my left just into that bay, because obviously they come out of this bay into the main bay in the winter, so it's just catching a few fish out of that. And I've just kept alternating the lines really, but hybrid were definitely better today for me personally.
Yeah, I think that's a mistake I made today. I should have, because all fish was shallow. Because have you seen any top?
No, there's only been 2 or 3 all day that I've seen. I know I've heard them
I've
behind
seen
me.
hundreds behind me. It's stupid. And that's what I should have done. Just fished hybrid back to front, and I think I'd have had me 20 to 25.
But I've caught on a 4mm lindholme pellet on a card pellet as well. Again,
right.
I've done that for the last 3.
Yeah, well, that's another counter. That's £80. I know Wrighty had got 10 carp halfway through and 42 on loco, so he's going to have a massive weight, I think.
Same people.
But anyway, well done, darling. That's brilliant. £80 will be awesome, that. So yeah, that's, I think, what I've done wrong today. I should have fished hybrid feeder back to front, and just took me medicine and got me £50, and I ain't got me £50. And that might cost me an end. But what I can't believe is there's been a few carp caught, and I hooked one, and I've seen one top there at 5 metres, a big mirror, come up, and I ain't hooked a carp, which is really surprising me. And but no, last 2 hours have done me really, so a bit disappointing. No Chinese, not even bread and dripping. I don't deserve it today. I fished it wrong, but that's how it goes. Well. £48.5, which is probably a few pound more than I was expecting. And she's weighed 75?
£76 one, I think.
£76 one it was. That's a great performance today. That'll be, I reckon, beat top 4. That you'll get some money with that, but I won't. That's 70. No Chinese, fish and chips on the way home. That's all I deserve, really. Should have fished ivory back to front. I think I'd have got me £60 then. And a bit annoyed with myself really. I should have known better really, but I could see all them fish topping, and I just thought if I feed, I'll get some down. And my last 2 hours, which should have been best for my waist, and that was a disappointment really. Emerald went late with 76, and like I said, I think she'll get top 4. Done brilliant for that back arm, because it normally goes about this time of year. So she goes 76, a 70. What do you have, Fiston?
54.
And a 54. She got 3 counters. That's awesome. That's what's that? 75, 71, 40. That's £200, and I'll have a bout there as well. So, but I've got 2 low ones I can throw away yet. So, so anyway, not to worry. We're going home now. Chinese. Shout for England, and we'll see how we're going to Allcroft tomorrow and see how we go on. Have a great night.